All right, Ian VC. Okay, so haven't been buying a whole lot online much lately. I do have I think 3 items here that came in the mail over the last few weeks. One of these is one that I put a bid in on March 1st, so it's now here all the way from Austria. And I've pulled a bunch of records in relation to this one that has arrived. And there's been a pretty significant revelation in my life regarding this record, as you'll see as we go along. Pulled a bunch of records to kind of go with what came in, because I'm going to be, going back and listening to some of this stuff as a result of the newest arrivals. So first up, the Discaholic auction number 9 took place in March from Gustafsson. He puts up a serious list of just incredible records, mostly free and improvised music, every March. Silent auction. You have to email him what you think the bid's going to be that takes the auction, and if you got the right bid, you're going to win the record. It's similar to how the old man did it in Pittsburgh. I can't remember if he did it monthly or if he did it, I forget how often he used to do it, Jerry from Jerry's Records, but it's a similar thing. You just get a big list of records and you just put in a bid by email and hope it's the highest. You don't get to see any of the other bids. You don't get told if you've been outbid. It's really a good way for the seller to maximize profit, because they know people are going to normally bid higher than they usually would to try to get the records. I've never gone too hard at this thing. I have gotten some great records from Mott's over the years. Let's see, one of them is sitting right here, I think. Was it this one? No, that one came from... Let's see, it's right here somewhere. Oh yeah, this one. A couple of years back, I did get the original Milford Graves, Babby. So that was a heavy one, but I actually got a really good price on that compared to what it goes for now. And I think I only bid on 2 records this year. There was some incredible stuff, as Dom described, this time around. My White Whale record was in there, and it was even crazier because it was a different color cover than had ever been found before. The One Music Ensemble from the UK on the Nando label, and he had a red cover version. I mean, extremely rare. The only way I was going to get that record is by trade. I have some very rare records that I could have offered as trade to Mott's, and he's down for that kind of thing. And I thought about the Papos Blues promo, because he's kind of gotten into some of the South American things. But I listened to it again, and it's just incredible. I didn't want to part with it. So I didn't go after the big heavies. There was an insane Albert Eiler ESP disc record, just a one of one, basically. Yeah, and I went back and forth with myself if I was going to offer trade, and I just didn't. And so time came a few days after the auction ended, and heard from Mott's, and was very pleased to know that I won this record. And this is one I actually saw in the bins at WFMU last year, a later version of it that Joe at Basement Records had, and it wasn't in the best of shape, so I left it behind. And that is the Peter Kowald Quintet FMP number 0070, the free music production label out of Germany. This is an original first pressing. And the thing that's unique about these is this cover had an empty space in the design, and each one was handmade. This square was handmade, and so this is either stickers are pasted on design, and I guess no two are alike. So that's what makes this record very unique. I posted this on the Discord with the Jazz Bums, and somebody showed their version and was happy to see a different one. I think later copies, they maybe printed a heart on there. I don't think that's custom made, the ones with the heart. That's what Joe had at the fair. But this is an incredible group. You got, and Peter Kowald's an amazing German free jazz bassist, but he plays tuba on this, bass, Paul Rutherford's on trombone, Gunter Chrisman's on trombone, Peter van de Lacht is on alto sax, if I said that correctly, Paul Lovin's drums. The alto sax player just kills it on this record. I really dig his style of playing. It reminds me of Mott's. It's an alto instead of a baritone. There's a lot of low end on this record, but a lot of really good improvisation, really good passages, especially from the saxophone. There's I think on the B-side, there's a really good short drum solo that's excellent from Lovins. He's a fantastic drummer. And yeah, got a fairly good price on this, considering I had the highest bid. And what was really cool is what was inside, which is this Music Union distribution list out of Germany. So this is really freaking cool to have. Authentic to the time frame. I can't remember what year this is from, maybe 73. Could be off on the year. But yeah, there's some ECM titles here. There's some FMP titles. The first bunch, which I have most of, I think, honestly, the Rudiger Carl, King Alcohol has moved up my list. It's one of my most desired records. It's got a unique cover in its own right. You've got some Birth Records, which is Gunter Hampel's label. A lot of those records was with the wonderful Gene Lee. And then you have the ICP records listed there, the Instant Composers Pool records, and then the JCOA label out of New York had a listing. So those were sent over to Germany to be distributed out of New York. Very cool to have that historical piece in here. And then here's your pretty plain German FMP label. The record's in VG++ condition. I just played this tonight. Whew. And as you know, I have a deep hatred for the tuba players in general, due to being a trombone player in school, and the whole story with, we had the tuba player always tried to drown us out, us trombone players, so they can go straight to hell. But boy, Peter Kowald is incredible on this, and he gets a free pass from me. And one of my favorite free jazz albums that I've heard now. This is really fucking great. Yeah, the saxophone just is where it's at on this. So there is that gem that has arrived all the way from Austria, thanks to Mott's. And And a couple things I wanted to show in relation to that record is the records I have from Mott's, and also the records I have from Derek, because this is from, I don't know if this is from Derek Bailey's. It didn't come with the sticker that it was from Derek Bailey's collection, but I'm still going to show my Derek Bailey related records, and also my Mott's stuff. So the stuff I have with Mott's, I have this record now, thanks to Tice. It's Sound of Minder. He gifted me this recently. This is The Education of Lars Jerry. This is one I found, where did I find this? At the Bop Shop in Rochester. The music of Norman Howard, performed by School Days, and The Thing, presented by Mats Gustafsson. And this is a rare Swedish record on the Anagram Records label. Some good improvised stuff there. And then you have this record and another I think I sought out after seeing the Digging video in Copenhagen with Mats and Thurston Moore from Sonic Youth. Mats and Thurston are on this. Play some fucking, is it Stooges? Yeah. And the two of them together is just straight fire. And it's going to be baritone sax and just crazy playing on the guitar from Thurston Moore. And also Mats plays some crazy electronics. This is from 2010 on a Quasi Pop label. He's on a lot of different labels, Mr. Gustafsson. This is another one. What's this? Cuts Up, Cuts Out. This one is definitely of the same ilk as that record. A lot of crazy electronics are in the mix with the two gentlemen, Thurston Moore and Mats Gustafsson. You have Merzbow and Balas Pandi, who's on drums. Of course, Masami Akita is doing all the noise. Merzbow. Jose would love this one. This is recorded at St. John Hackney Church in 2016. That's a cool record. This one I got at Lunchbox. This is not my favorite stuff from Mats, but because it's really heavy electronic and just really out there, but I've held on to it. It's Mats Gustafsson and Joachim Nordwall. Their power reached across space and time. To defy them was death or worse. This is a really crazy record. A lot of... I'm not really into what Mats does on this one. There's a lot of just breathing going on, like you're just hearing him breathe through the instrument. And he plays a bunch of stuff on here, but it's a weird one. Then you have his group, The Thing. This is The Thing again. I found a couple copies of this at Lunchbox. This is on the Trost label. I sent one to Brandon, because there was no reason for me to leave this sitting in Lunchbox. No one else was going to buy it. Paul Nilsson Love on drums. Joe McPhee on pocket trumpet. I think those are some of the guests. I can't remember. The Thing. And my favorite group of Mats is the Fire Orchestra, and before that, this Fire record, The Hands. The bass on this is just incredible. Some of the best bass playing I've ever heard on a record. Yeah, Mats on tenor, baritone, and bass saxes and electronics. But Johan Berthling on electric bass and double bass. Fucking A. Andres Werlin on drums and percussion. This is highly, highly, highly recommended. Any of the Fire records. This one's called The Hands on Rune Gramophone from 2018. That's incredible stuff. This one, the vocals on this, all the singers on this is just amazing. Arrival from Fire Orchestra. And I haven't gotten the box set thing that came out after this. I'd love to get it, but it's shot up in price. This is 2019 Rune Gramophone. Yeah, the band, it's a large group, incredible this is just one of my favorite records, this Fire Orchestra Arrival. So that's the stuff, some of the stuff I have with Mats, who ran the auction. And then, of course, you know, he was selling a lot of Derek Bailey's collection, and Dom got a few titles from that collection. So I'll show just the stuff I have with Derek Bailey, you know, really avant-free guitarist out of the UK. I think which label did he start? I think this label right here with a couple of the other guys, the Incas label. But I've got this here, the Tony Oxley Quintet, the Baptized Traveler. He's on guitar on this. And Tony Oxley is a crazy drummer from the UK. Just wild stuff. Some of it's very difficult to to make it through. I know Dom got one of his records in that auction, but I don't have that on vinyl. This was one that I got from, I think, Stunty, actually, when he was doing some selling. This is Lot 74 Solo Improvisations from Derek Bailey on guitar on the Incas label, Incas number 12, it's original. So that's a really good one. This is one Dom showed, Derek Bailey Improvisation. This is on the Cramps label from Italy. I pulled this cheap in the bins at Noble. Was shocked it was there, and it was just super cheap. This is really good. Recommended, and we'll show you the wonderful Cramps label. It's got a nice inner here. He's a very unique player. Uses the whole of the guitar. And there's that Cramps label. A lot of crazy prog stuff on that label. I think I have some Area on the Cramps label. I think I found the Area record in Ash Vegas. Which store did I get that from? Harvest. One of the best record stores in the country. And let's see what other stuff I have here. I pulled all the records I have Derek Bailey plays guitar on. Iskra 1903. This is a double, really good improvised UK stuff. This, of course, Ben Costello sent me from the Ireland collection, and along with this one that I've shown before. This is Derek with Han Benink on percussion. This is Incas number 9 from 1972. This is a grail record for me. This is really good stuff. I love Han Benink. You've got Derek plays guitar in the John Stevens Spontaneous Music Ensemble. This is on Polydor. I love this stuff. Another great drummer right here, John Stevens. Anything I find with him on, I'm going to buy. Yeah, Derek's here on electric guitar. You know, Kenny Wheeler's on this. Trevor Watts, great musicians from the UK. Here's an interesting record that Derek appears on a track. Ensemble pieces, Christopher Hobbs, John Adams, and Gavin Bryars. Some kind of out there stuff on the Obscure label. It's an original that I got here at Premium Sound. I think a bunch of these Luke probably threw into the bins from his personal collection. That's some cool stuff. This is a great ECM title. David Holland with Derek Bailey, Improvisations for Cello and Guitar. A favorite ECM. This is ECM 1013. It's an early one. Just one long piece on the A and two on the B. Great improvisation with these guys, and I love cello in jazz in general. Group composing, ICP number 6. So Instant Composers Pool. Big group. A rare record. Peter Brotzman's on this. Misha Mengelberg's on piano. Paul Rutherford trombone. Han Benink drums. Derek, of course, on guitar. Peter Benink is on bagpipes on this, and he is Han's brother. I think Peter also plays trumpet. I could be wrong. Maybe not on this, but Evan Parker's on this too. Of course, Nipples, the Peter Brotzman Sextet Quartet. This is an OG copy. This all folds out. I'm not going to mess with it, but Derek's on guitar. Fred Van Hove, piano. Evan Parker, Han Benny, Bushi Nybergall on the bass on this one. That's an original, another original iconic cover. This is Evan Parker, Derek Bailey, and Han Benning, The Topography of the Lungs. This is a difficult listen, but it is very rewarding, this one. And one of my favorite albums covers in general. Recorded in 1970. Yeah, really free and improvised stuff there. This record I don't care for too much. This is the last one I have to show with Derek Bailey on it. The Music Improvisation Company on ECM. This is another early ECM number 5. I got this for next to nothing at Tip Top back in the day. Evan Parker's on this. Jamie Muir is on this, and I think that even drew Bill into getting this record, but I'm not sure if he really digs this one or not. This one's a difficult listen for me. But yeah, those are the Derek Bailey related records. What else we got here? I did get in a wonderful reissue. Long time coming. I have an original, and I rarely buy reissues of records I already have an original of, but this is one of my favorite bands. I saw them at the campus center at Fredonia in, I forget what year, maybe 94. Yeah, probably was 94. And they're out of New York. I don't know if indie rock or whatever, but they were on, they ended up on Teen Beat. That's the band Versus, and I love this band. And Fontaine Taups, I think she was one of the first female artists I saw in person play, and she played bass. And she was selling their merch after the show, and she was wearing this freaking awesome white fur coat. I've told this story. She was a goddess. Holy God, I was in love. She autographed this 7-inch, I'll show you. But they re-released The Stars Are Insane with a unique cover. It's a different cover. The inner is the original cover, which I'll show you here in a minute. Front and back that the record's in. And they did it on a couple different versions. This is the clear vinyl version. I got this free from work because they gave us an Amazon gift card for something. I don't normally use Amazon, but I figured, fuck, I'll get a record out of it. Got a free record from work, so this is what I got. And this sounds really good. Yeah, I'm not sure who put this out. I guess Teen Beat did. So, Teen Beat's reissuing some great stuff from back in the day from Versus. Here's that 7-inch. Fontaine, of course, signed it. The Frog 7-inch. Epic stuff. My first 7-inch I ever bought. And I've got a bunch of their... I bought a bunch of their CDs from them that night. Or at least this one. Let's Electrify. This was on Remora. And they reissued this finally on vinyl a few years back. And I have the vinyl. Really good rockin' stuff. There's the original CD of The Stars Are Insane. Here's the original vinyl. One of my favorite records. Thera, such a great tune to open. But, I mean, there's not a bad song on here. 1994 Teen Beat.
Everyone
there's this comp of older material or unreleased material, Dead Leaves. This is the original vinyl. This is, all of it's great. And I have, of course, the original CD. And then I just have a CD single of Glitter of Love. I didn't care for the record this was on, but it's got Forest Fire Live on here, which is a great track. So that's why I still have that. And then I think the last record I really loved of theirs was Deep Red, and I have that on CD. So that's all my Versus stuff. Very happy they reissued The Stars Are Insane. Highly recommend picking it up. I think the originals are now going for a little bit, so you can get a nice reissue for a good price. Last but not least, I got a cassette from Bomp Records out in California. Every now and again, they clean out the warehouse and find a bunch of rare crap laying around, and like DAT tapes and of, I guess, MC5 and stuff. Just crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Stooges, weird, crazy stuff. You name it. And they put this up. And I didn't have this record in any form, so I said, fuck it, I'll get it. And I didn't know, it didn't list what country this was from, and I got it, and it's The Damned, Machine Gun Etiquette on Chiswick, and it's the original cassette, but it's the Spain version of the cassette. And all of the writings for the titles of the songs are in Spanish. All the writing on the inside is in Spanish. Yeah, and this is a great sounding tape. It does have some water damage, the insert. But there's only 2 copies available for sale on Discogs of this. So this is a rare version of this tape, the original Spain version of The Damn Machine Gun Etiquette. And of course that's, let me go grab it. The book I've been reading still, trying to get through it all. The Stay Fanatic, Volume 4 from Henry Rollins. That's his most listened to record, is this one, by far, I would say, according to reading his books. But yeah, this is fucking brilliant. I love almost every single song on this. I think there was one song on the B side I didn't care for as much, because the second song on the B side is absolutely badass. This is the whole front side's a perfect side. That's a great... I need to get that on vinyl. I'll look for that at WFMU, see if I can't get a UK original. Speaking of originals, I did get Damned record on Stiff at last year's WFMU from Mike at Mind Cure out of Pittsburgh. This is the Belgian original first press on Blue, which is a rare version, and the vinyl's in just gorgeous condition. I've shown this before, and I got one other thing to show, and then we'll be done here. Just figure I'd pull all this stuff. And yeah, I got this from Premium Sound. This is the 3 CD box. Play It at Your Sister. So that's my damn stuff. Missing a bunch of stuff. I'd like to get some of their 7 inches, the early 7 inches, but those are kind of pricey. But yeah, really enjoying just this 3 things that came in lately. I played the tape again tonight. God, what a great record. I remember years ago when I was listening to some Henry Rollins radio stuff, and he turned me on to a Lungfish 7-inch that I had no idea about, the 10 East on Discord, and I ran out and got that, and he also was talking about this, and I did check it out, and at the time I wasn't into it, but now I'm into it. It took a long time, but here I am. Hope you're all well. Peace.
What is it then? Where is he? Where is he? Huh? Where's the man?
Where's the dam?
With the child in his eyes? He's not here. He's not here.
Can we present that? Can we have first? Where is the first one of the dam? What's your name?
Idiot.
Idiot. We have an idiot here. And on drums, your name, please?
Rat Scabies!
Rat Scabies on drums. On now, guitar.
Idiot arsehole.
Idiot arsehole as well. And the blood group in the corner.
I heard it.
Oh, my God.
The Damned!
The Damned! Love song!
Fame!